Good evening.
Good evening. Happy New Year.
Yeah, good evening. Happy 2025.
Holy smokes, 2025. 20 years ago, I was on my first tour with the 42nd ID, 42nd MP Company of OIF 3.
Wow.
I turned 21 on my first deployment overseas.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
About a week ago.
And of course, we are WAR. We're here with Oscar Mike Radio, Selfish Haven, and tonight we're joined by Craig Chapman of New Englanders Helping Our Veterans, as well as the commander of VFW Post 443 in North Attleboro.
We are
Me and
resilient.
Craig
We are
have had
WAR.
some joint missions.
For sure.
That I have.
Craig, which hat would you like to say?
All right. Well, first of all, Mikey, I think we should really talk about your little windfall that you were able to somehow made happen through New England's Helping Our Veterans right around Veterans Day.
Absolutely. So I do have that little video that was created for that. So I'm going to throw that up real quick.
So while Mikey's working on that, basically, as New England is helping our veterans. All right, we're back on.
Yep.
That was cool.
So where I left off is so New England is helping our veterans. As everybody or most people know, I'm the vice president of that nonprofit organization that helps veterans in many different ways. But one event that we do every year, we're in our fourth year. This was our fourth year doing it, my third year being involved. And what we do is right around Memorial Day, Veterans Day, we have a car giveaway. So what happens is throughout the year, we get reached out by many different individuals, businesses, et cetera, that want to donate used cars. They're gently used. And what we do is we go out there as a team and look at the vehicle and see if it's viable enough to be able to make it roadworthy and safe for a veteran that's really in need of a vehicle for transportation. We're lucky that our secretary of New England is helping our veterans is an owner of his own auto mechanic shop. So what he does is and that's Henry's Automotive in Woonsocket, Rhode Island on Park Street. If you ever go, even if you need assistance outside of NEHOV, he gives a discount for veterans, military, active, and law enforcement, public safety. So I think it's like a 10% on everything, not just parts or labor. It's on both. So if you're looking for a good mechanic and you're in the Woonsocket area, go see Bill Gately, the owner at Henry's Automotive. But he essentially puts this on every year. He'll take the donated cars, and this year we were able to go through 5 donated vehicles, make them roadworthy if they needed tune-ups, tires, spark plugs, you name it. and we get it partnered with Napa Auto Parts in Woonsocket as well. They donate all the auto parts needed for these vehicles, and Bill donates his mechanics time to fix these cars and make them roadworthy for veterans. I think starting in October timeframe, we accept nominations or entries through our website, www.nehov.org, and we assemble all those entries. And we're looking for specific things. If what's the need of the vehicle, what's their circumstance behind it, financial issues, all that stuff. And this year we started off. I'll rewind for a second. We started off 3 years ago. We had, I believe it was 10 entries for 2 vehicles. Last year we had 30 entries for 3 vehicles. This year we had 160 entries for 5 vehicles. So as the years have gone by, it's the need is out there, and the word is getting out there that there's this option that veterans can have a chance to win a vehicle. So all the entries are entered through our website. We take every name, go through them, and then we take all their names and we dump them into a big box and randomly pull out 5 names this year. And lo and behold, Michael had submitted an entry, given his circumstances with vehicle and family, and running Hellfish Haven at the same time that a car was needed, and Mike's name was pulled. So out of the 5 cars, we did it randomly. Each person, we do the event the following week after Veterans Day. They come to Henry's, and we have this big hoopla set up, tents, and unfortunately, November timeframe, the weather's not the greatest, but we still make it happen, and it's a great day no matter what, even if it's raining. Long story short, Mikey pulled a envelope, and each following veteran pulled an envelope. Once all 5 envelopes were gone, they all opened them up and found out which car they won. And Mikey is now the proud recipient of a Subaru Forester. I think it was a 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and it only had 72,000 miles on it.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's just one of the awesome things that I'm able and grateful to be able to be a part of, as the vice president of this organization. And it's awesome to be able to see the veterans' faces that truly need these vehicles just to transport their kids around, never mind go to VA appointments or help other veterans get to appointments. It's pretty humbling to read some of these entries and why the needs are for their vehicle. So it's pretty awesome to be able to at least help those individuals be able to have a better life because of that. So,
and this is a group shot here of all the veterans that were able to get the impact of NEHOV and Henry's Auto of getting the cars in their lives.
That's really awesome.
It's pretty cool. And like I said, 160 entries, and only 5 names were pulled, and Mikey was lucky enough. Like the living adage of you don't know if you don't try, and he tried. And him and his wife. I mean, his wife was overwhelmed. Just put it to you that way, and they're very grateful for having that opportunity, and it's changed their lives immensely. So that's why we do what we do. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Being able to talk to the other veterans that are out there was just, awesome to hear their stories and to see how, it's going to improve each of their lives too.
Exactly. So only forefront on NEHOV is we have a big fundraiser at the end of February 22nd, Angle Tree Brewery. I don't have the flyer yet. I should have it hopefully out this week or next week. It's our 3rd annual Classic Rock and Roll Night Out. It's an awesome night that night. We do a live auction of 4 prizes, some great seats to anything to Bruins, Patriots, Red Sox, and we have a band that plays classic rock and roll, and we have raffle items, and it's just an awesome night. So I'll get that flyer out to Mikey too when I get it. It should be out hopefully next week. But switching roles over, I know, Mike, you want to talk a little bit about the VFW. So,
and just one more thing, I just want to touch base and say, we were able to work with a veteran over the summer, Kenny, and we were able to help him move from his apartment on the first floor to an apartment on the second floor. That really gave him a chance to be able to grow and be in better quality of living. And it really took us pushing the management at that apartment building to make sure that he was moved up into that apartment, and he met all the criteria, and they were just kind of dragging their feet on it. And once we went over there and got two nonprofits really pushing, things got done.
Absolutely. And that, I've been kind of on and off this show for a few years now, and it's a great, platform, number one, for veterans to tune in and hear what organizations are out there and what we're doing. But not only that, we're reaching out to state agencies now, and the Executive Office of Veteran Services is a great. They're up and coming, and they're doing a lot now, and they truly take the voice of nonprofits and listen and try to make things happen. So, also talking about veterans organizations like the VFW, DAV, and the Legions out there. There's a lot of good things happening in a lot of different posts. Unfortunately, you still hear of some of these smaller posts closing due to membership issues and a lot of other things going on. But, I just recently became involved in my local VFW 3 years ago, from senior vice last year to commander this year. And we have a great team assembled, and Mike is part of that as membership. And we're doing a lot of great things and trying to change that the rut that the VFW has been in for quite some time now, where everybody thinks it's just a drinking hole. And I'm here to say that if you have active members, and I say the younger veterans, that 30 to 60-year-old, GWAT veterans getting involved, it's changing these posts around, and it's making changes and betterment in veterans' lives, because we have a lot of resources that are members just within the VFW, never mind employees of the VA and et cetera, to help with claims and whatnot. So there's a lot of great things happening. I can certainly speak for North Attleboro, Newell Blaze, Post 443, VFW, that in the last year, it's been tremendous work on all of us to get recruitment, membership, and the building itself back up to par and be proud of. So,
you guys have the meat raffle coming up.
Yep, we do a meat raffle every first Saturday of the month, and this one is coming up this this Saturday, the 4th, 2:00 at the Post 443, 50 Jefferson Street in North Attleboro, Mass. All are welcome, and it's literally $20. You can enter into all 10 platter drawings, and then we do a 50-50 and a couple other side drawings, and it's usually a great turnout. And it's raising our relief fund at our post. Probably every Saturday we do a meat raffle, $500 to $600 just on that couple hours of a meat raffle. So it's a great time, and I encourage anybody that's in the area that want to come down and see what we're doing at Post 443. Come on in.
And now last week we had an impromptu coffee and camaraderie event. We got a couple of days to plan it out and throw it up there and share it. And even though we had just a couple guys show up, it wound up creating 2 new members of the Post.
Absolutely. And these are things that we're trying to do. And if you look at our Facebook page, we're promoting. I got people that come into the Post when I'm there, and they go, geez, we see what you're doing on Facebook. We love what you're doing with the place. It's awesome to see the involvement from the members and the pride back into the VFW. So, Facebook and social media is a great marketing tool these days from years ago. And people see it, and they come, and they want to be part of it, and they also want to help in any way they can. So, the coffee and camaraderie thing was a great idea. I think we got ours planned now out. Is it the 25th of January, 10 in the morning at our post, 10 to noon, post 443 in North Attleboro, 50 Jefferson Street also. And Mike has a gamut of games, so bring the kids. There's coffee, donuts, and it's a great time to just kind of sit there and talk to people. And like Mike said, we had a light turnout. There's a handful of people there. They brought some of their children. The kids were having a ball, and I ended up talking to a couple of guys and found out they were eligible to be a VFW member and signed them up. They were excited to hear about what we're doing in North Attleboro as a team. We get the fact that guys and gals that are veterans coming back and they have their families, and again, the black cloud of the VFWs became long ago that's just a place to go and drink it and get into fights. But
well, I mean, too, I experienced this personally. You weren't welcomed. There was a class of veterans who were like, well, you know what, you're a young guy coming out of the military in the late 90s, early 2000s. We don't need you, and we don't want you, and we don't care if you don't come back. Fast forward 15 years later, all of a sudden those same people are like, hey, we need you. We're going to close up if we don't get you to come back. And it's like, well, there's a challenge there. And I think what I'm hearing is that you all have found a way to meet the veterans where they are, show them that, hey, this is a good time and your family is welcome and your children are welcome. You create a great place with a great environment. And yeah, why wouldn't you want to, have a sign up done and have your wife and kids around that, or husband for those female veterans around this? I think it's a great thing. And I think in a way you all are setting the example of what can happen if you all, want to make it happen. So I love hearing about this stuff. I really do. And it gives me a lot of hope.
Yeah. You definitely hit the nail on the head there. I experienced it even 3 years ago at our post in North Attleboro. I was the young guy, and I know some of my former troops out there chiming in, Sam Bath and Barry Estes, who I carried all those years as a platoon sergeant and first sergeant. But anyway, the long story short is that I was the young guy in the group, and they didn't want to hear from me. And then all of a sudden, fast forward a couple years, we have maybe one of the old timers there, and the rest are truly the GWAT, 30 to 60. We got some Vietnam veterans. And the other key, Travis, is what you said. You welcome them. I talk to the new members that are interested personally and see what their story is, and just tell them, hey, listen, we got a great thing going on at this post. We got members that want to sign up in North Attleboro because they see what we're doing with that post. And again, it's truly a collaborative effort. It's all of us, and the members. We have a great membership pool right now. Any meeting that I have, we're going to have our quorum plus. We have 15, 20 people there at a meeting, which if you look 3 years ago, we were lucky if we got 5 there for a quorum. So it took a little elbow grease and the right leadership team to kind of step in and step up. And, our members are excited to be members of 443 and be part of what we're doing. And they're recruiting and talking to their own people and their own troops and getting them excited about our posts. So it's really just been a windfall of, communication, just talking to people like we're doing right now. I talk to these guys and I say, listen, you want to sign up? You want to sign up? It's $30 for the year. I can put you on our rolls in 2 hours. You'll get an email saying you're a member of 443. Now that you're a member, guess what? The state VFW has a program still a year long running right now. If you want to sign up as a lifetime member, the state VFW will pay half of that cost. So
What?
Yeah.
My Marine Corps league was there's no half off. There's no 10%. It was so I'm not eligible to join the VFW, but I am.
We still love you, Travis.
Well, thank you. I mean, you're a hell of a gentleman. But the American Legion is not a cheap lifetime investment either.
Correct, and I'll tell you, it's. I tell these younger troops, I say, listen, get your annual membership because it is considered transfer of your annual membership to lifetime. So you pay your $30, put in the state application, and pay half the price. The most someone's paying is $212 for their lifetime membership, and you never have to worry about renewing again. So
my Marine Corps League was $400, and I think the American Legion lifetime for me is, last time I looked, it was like $494 because I'm not quite old enough, and it's like, okay, I'm it's going to be a push. I might as well do I like doing the lifetime for the same reason you just said, because if I don't, I get those little thank you cards, or hey, you got to sign up.
Yeah,
resign,
exactly.
Resign. You gonna resign? Sure, gonna resign.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just do it with life, pay it up front, and be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You think about the memberships that we may belong to, and if you do it annually, next thing you know, oh, I got that email. I'll do it next week, and then 6 months later, you're like, oh crap, I forgot to, renew my membership. So, I'll tell you, it's a great tool, and anybody that's a VFW member now, the criteria is very simple: a member in good standing, a veteran. Um, there's law enforcement exclusions now too. So there's a lot of 4 different ways you can become a lifetime member once you're an annual member, and the state VFW is still paying a year later, full-time, half of a lifetime membership. It's insane. I tell kids, if you're a VFW member now and you don't have a lifetime membership, you should be, because you're only paying half, and it's unbelievable. And if you
100%.
if you want to come over to 443, we'll show you the ropes.
I shared the links in the chat for both the website, the Facebook for 443.
Awesome, appreciate it.
Now, you guys more active on the group or the actual page?
So there's actually the Facebook page. It's kind of contradictory. There's 2 Facebooks. The VFW Post 443, and then there's North Attleboro VFW Post 443. So we've tried to kind of operate both of them together. The North Attleboro one has been the longer running one, so we didn't want to just shut it down because we had a lot of followers on it, and we created the new VFW Post 443 as well. But the website is updated to the point where you can see the information and how to become a member and all that. But the Facebook page is the way to go to check up what we're doing daily and weekly. We put posts in there all the time. So about what we're doing in the VFW Post itself and all the events that we're attending now. We still get a little resistance, but it's all for the better, and it's worked out tremendously. From a year ago till now, our post literally a year and a half ago to 2 years was ready to be suspended and our post closed by the state and the district. That's how bad membership and everything else was. And I'm not saying, patting myself on the back. It was a team effort. A lot of us finally got involved and rolled up our sleeves and said, we got to save this post. It's been there. The charter was since 1920, I believe, and the building was built in 1958. So that post has been around a long time. I think this year will be 105. My math's correct. So we didn't want to see it get taken and swallowed up by the state and the building be gone. So we were able to, in a short time frame, a little less than 2 years, get it turned around. And the state doesn't bother us. As a matter of fact, now they send us emails and correspondence saying what a good job we're doing. So, and I truly think it's the members like Mike and everybody else that stay involved and get involved at the times we need it, and it's showing. People are noticing, and it's fantastic. And then having the avenue with the nonprofits as well, Mikey, myself, and others, and we have VA employees that are our members that are very in tune with claims, benefits, and all those things to do with the VA to help navigate. So we got some great assets, some great tools, and great members and people within our post that can help any veteran that needs it. So anybody that wants to inquire any further, certainly reach out to myself or the post, and we'll help you. That's what we're there for. And we're part of the community now too. We've done a lot of efforts throughout the last year, and the community's gotten involved. We had a tree project. I think I talked about it. About $8,000 worth of tree work taken care of free by the company. We have a whole bar renovation going on starting this Sunday. We've had materials donated, discounted. We have members that are getting involved. So it's just pretty awesome to have that outreach and help veterans collaboratively, not just the VFW, not just New England is helping our veterans, not just Hellfish. It's all of us together with the community. We have VSOs that reach out to us with members that are in need. And between all of our networking and outreach over the last few years, it's turning into a great thing for veterans. And, you know, you think about the car raffle, 160 veterans
Now I know, like
from 10, you know.
the dark.
Yep. We had a company donate the dartboards, darts, the backboards, and scoring charts. They donated 2 pool lights to our VFW. Lowe's has been unbelievable. Last minute, you know, critical things that have gone wrong, air conditioning in the middle of summer. They've been tremendous in helping us locally with discounting it, giving to us at their cost. So it's been you know, a lot of ground pounding, but it's great to work with the community. And once they hear it, they love it and they want to be part of it. So
I think one of the things that resonates with me that I think people need to be aware of is when these posts go away, and a lot of times, the state level organization for like the AMVETS, American Legion, what have you, take that org back. But if that building is not being used, then it has to be either sold or reclaimed by the town itself. The town has a stake in there. And now, like Bridgewater, Mass did it very well. The town didn't want the post going away, so they acquired the property and kept it there. And when the VFW got back on its feet, they have their post there. It's still there. But a lot of times, there's some developer waiting to get their hot little hands on the land and the property, and those posts don't come back. Or if they do, they're a shadow of their former self, and it's just hard once those are out of the community to come back. So I just think it's really cool that you're able to do this. What's your advice for someone saying, you know what, I don't want my post going away. I'm trying to figure out how to save it, but where do I start?
yeah, I mean, believe me, I was one of those guys back in the day, young and dumb, and never got involved with the VFWs at a younger age because of exactly what I talked about earlier. The family, work, you're trying to work overtime. You're trying to, take care of your young family, and you don't have time to sit at the bar and drink. But what I'm saying to you now is that this is the time to get involved. This is the time to save these posts. I mean, we're hearing about posts closing all the time, and it's not necessarily even financial, or it's more membership. They don't have any members to keep the post open. So, what I talk about really truly is, a lot of the, as we quote unquote say, old timers, say, hey kid, we've been doing this way for years. This is the way it's going to happen. Well, guess what? It can't happen that way anymore. It has to change. Our soldiers, our younger soldiers, are a lot different from when we were veterans, never mind the World War II veterans and the Korean War veterans that were running these posts for many, many years.
Yep.
So, now it's time for us, WAT and beyond, to really step up and save these posts. And that's truly why I got involved, because the commander at the time sent a letter to the local police and fire department saying, hey, any of you guys that are qualify as a VFW member, come on down to the post. We'll sign you up. Your first year is free on us. And then once I started getting involved and seeing what was happening, they were dying. That post was going down in flames, and it was just a matter of time. And lucky enough, myself, a few others that were newer members, but older in age and mature, that we saw what was going on, and we said, we can't let this happen. And we've been very fortunate as a team to be able to recruit members in and have members transfer. I know a lot of people. Mikey knows a lot of people. We all know in the network out there. And, sometimes it takes that old Marine Corps recruiter that knows 20 or 30 guys that are in the Attleboro area to pound them and say, hey, listen, you got to sign up. Give me your DD-214. We'll get you in. Come see what we're doing. And then once they're in, they're loving it. They want to be a part of it. Again, like I said, I have people coming into the post saying, I want to be a member here because I see what you're doing on Facebook. I want to be a part of it. And that's what a lot of these posts need. And it's just going to, you have to get involved in your community and you have to get involved in the post and American Legion wise, DAV wise, and VFW. But, I look at the VFW and I'm seeing it in just a few years that I've been involved that posts are closing constantly because of membership and recruitment. And I think what the state's doing right now is a great idea. Get people in, get them into a lifetime membership, half cost, and now you don't have to worry about it. And that lifetime membership, you can go into any VFW you want. You're not, but this is your home VFW is your whichever VFW you want to sign up for or transfer to, and it's just an awesome thing. And once you get everybody to kind of do their own, I tell them all the time, listen, if you can't be at the meeting, text me, let me know. But we know life happens. Make the meetings that you can, and be there when we need some volunteers here and there. And it's been working out great. We don't have all the same people all the time. We have 5 or 10 people at an event. Next event, we may have 5 or 10 different people. So it's all based on their schedules and what they can do, but they want to be a part of it and they want to be involved. So that's why we're doing more and more opportunities within the community. We did the coffee and camaraderie. We've done a game night. We do the Buddy Poppy drives. We got cornhole on Tuesday nights at our VFW starting up again. We have Dart League on Monday. We have a pool tournament on Friday. We have left, right, center on Tuesday. So there's something going on every day of the week. Yep, bingo just started up on Wednesday. So it's just a lot of fun for everybody that wants to be involved. It's, you're not talking winning the most recent lottery out of Mega Millions, but it's a lot of fun and it gets people to the post and a lot of it's fundraising for the post. I mean, we can't help veterans if we don't have some funds donated, and this is a way to do it. So you got to think sometimes outside of the box. The old school way isn't working anymore. So you gotta turn the tide and stay in there, and you have to be actively involved. You can't just put it in on autopilot and let it run because it's not gonna run. It's gonna sink.
Yep, and the link I shared too has a lot of grants and it gives you classes on how to apply for grants. The foundations lets you research right at the Kirsten Library in Boston. If you go downstairs, you can email them. They'll teach you how to apply and do all that stuff.
Well, just to give you a little comparison, gentlemen, I don't know how much a life membership for the VFW cost, but the Legion has the paid for life upfront or paid upfront for life, PUFL. For me, it's $1,025 to be a life member. And I'm like, well,
what are you living to?
I'm like, okay. And I get a free, well, not really free, but I get the American Legion magazine as part of my lifetime membership. That's a tough ask, man. That's a tough, and I'm not saying I shouldn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm not willing to pay, but I am like, wow, that's a commitment. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a past commander of Post 93 Foxborough, and I am not paid up for life because it's asinine.
I'll tell you right now. I think I have it right here. I think the most okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to scroll through this, but I think the younger VFW members that are eligible would only, I think the top tier is half of the lifetime membership would be $212.75, I think. So what's that equate to? Like $435? lifetime membership.
Yeah, I think when I joined, it was like 500 less.
So that's, for someone to cover half of that is pretty awesome. And like you said, the Legion is, up over $1,000. That's a lot for a young soldier, or even a soldier that has a family, to give front forward to. So this allows it. Yeah, here it is right here. So through age 30, it's $425 for a lifetime membership in the VFW. The member would pay $212.50, and the state will pay the other $212.50. And then it goes down from there as you're aging. 31 to 40 is $410. Then it goes 41 to 50, $375, 51 to 60, $335. So it goes down from there. So,
Hey, so if you're VFW eligible, live in the Attleboro area, I mean, you're out with 200. I mean, it's not insignificant, but a guy like me has to pay over 1,000.
yep.
So, and I'm not old, I'm not young, but that's $1,000.
You're exactly where I am, Travis. I'm not old, but I'm not young.
It's the miles. It's the miles.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty.
No excuse. Join.
Pretty amazing to do that, and I don't. Anybody that is contemplating being a VFW member or is currently a VFW member, that's a reason right there in itself. Never mind the resources that, again, you get into a post that's active. Attleboro is very active. Post 115. We partner with Attleboro a lot in different events, and that's what it's all about. It's not I want to close Attleboro down because I'm North Attleboro and I want all the members. No, we help each other out. Attleboro actually just asked me the other day, hey, we want to do a campaign for a global war on terror monument, and we wanted to go over to the Emerald Square Mall. Do you guys mind? We just did our global war on terror a year ago in North Attleboro and had a huge dedication for it. So we're not fighting each other. I said, go for it. If you want us to go there with you, we'll go there with you. So, and I think you're starting to see a little bit of that tide change too. It's not a post versus a post. It's let's help each other out and get people interested for the cause. And it's working. It's just, just like the nonprofit, you could rewind 3 years ago when I came on with you guys talking about New England is helping our veterans to where we are today and what the Executive Office of Veteran Services is doing. I've had 3 meetings, person to person, just myself with the deputy director, and Mikey was in on one of those as well. So they're willing to listen to small nonprofits like ourselves, and and listen and take heed of it and try and help us. So it just you have to be active, and that's what it's all about. It's being active and helping veterans that may not ask for it or that need it and won't ask for it. We're breaking through. It takes a little bit, and when you can help one veteran at a time, then they pass the word around, because there's tons of us out there that are willing to help and have the means. And that's what I'm most grateful and blessed about, is that I have the means to be able to do that, and I enjoy it, and it's awesome to help another brother or sister, even if it's just becoming a member of the VFW. Never mind any financial assistance down the road or any other assistance for that matter. So it's going back to that camaraderie part of it, and that's what a VFW is about.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of advocacy going on, because of other hats I wear. We have direct connects with our congressmen and senators locally and federally, and we're making things happen. I mean, we're trying to get a sign erected on Route 1 for our VFW, and finding out that the state owns it. Now we got to go through that process, but we're talking to the senators. We're bringing them down to our post, and we're showing them why we need this. And we got the town to put up a couple signs for now. So it's just, you got to be active, and you got to really have outreach and talk to the community, and you can make things happen as a team.
Did you want to share about the furniture bank stuff too with NEHOV?
Yeah, we can certainly do that. And Barry, if I look 70, you must be about 95 right now then. Yeah. So, another part of helping veterans, we get a lot of referrals and requests for furniture. So we were lucky enough to be able to bump into a real estate broker in Rhode Island that had been doing a furniture bank on his own for a year or so and wanted to bring the veteran community into the folds of it so they could come and get furniture as well. So New England is helping our veterans along, with our president, Jimmy Collins, spearheading the movement with Ned over at the Warwick Furniture Bank. We're able to establish that any veteran that needs assistance with furniture, if they come through our organization, New England is helping our veterans, and we refer them to the Furniture Bank in Warwick, they can go down on Tuesdays mornings, 9 a.m., see Ned, tell them you're there from New England is helping our veterans. We do outreach to Ned as well, and they can go in and pick out furniture that's needed. And then if they're in the Rhode Island area, depending on where they are, we can probably get it delivered through the Furniture Bank. But if not, we'll find a way. If the veteran doesn't have means, a lot of times they will have means. They have their own truck or whatever, and they can do it. But one way or the other, we'll get them the furniture. And it's been working out very well. All our furniture donations we'll bring there. And a veteran goes down on that Tuesday, referred by us. They can say, hey, Ned puts them right at the front of the line, and they get the first pick. So it's pretty amazing.
Awesome. Well, Mikey, I got to get ready for Oscar Mike Radio, but Craig, just good hearing from you. Happy New Year. Great seeing you. And I just like some of the lessons that you guys are walking your talk with. You can get the VFW vibrant in the community again. You can help veterans. You can accommodate, or I shouldn't say accommodate is the right word, but you can make it a place where younger veterans who have the family poles and the career poles can still have a place to be with others. So, keep the good work, and what a great way to start the new year off.
Yeah. Happy
And who do you got on?
Well, last part 4, the last part with Ben Monette, U.S. Army Green Beret, talking about working with the machine, Nick Lavery, and what he does with Treehouse Recovery. So it's a really good into the series.
Excellent.
Nice.
And you did a little speaking yesterday. I want to touch base on real quick.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
You did a little speaking yesterday?
Oh, yeah, I did. So I serve on the Veterans Advisory Council for the town of Abington, and the VSO, Adam Gunn, asked me to speak at Martin's Restaurant in Abington. Martin's Restaurant has served over, almost 3,000 meals for breakfasts, really, for veterans over the last year and a half. And it's a way to get veterans to come together. I mean, veterans will come for free breakfast. I mean, they will come in force. And so it's a way to, to have the veterans come together, tell them about services and programs and benefits available to them, get to know them, and serve them where they are. So there's like 45 people there yesterday, of course, the New Year holiday and everything, but it was a real honor and a great time.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Greg, thank you for coming on.
Nice work, Travis.
Guys, check out Travis.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Likewise.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.